Varys is killed off, Jaime and Cersei die, we get Clegane Bowl, Daenerys takes King's Landing easily, then goes full apeshit and she becomes the Mad Queen. These are the biggest WTFs from season 8, episode 5, The Bells. This video is late, I know. Still, let's have some fun and talk about this. Let's start from the bottom. Dany kills Varys. I knew this shit was gonna go down. As soon as they showed us that scene with he and Tyrion discussing what's essentially treason, I instantly remembered that little conversation between Varys and Dany, which was last season, I think. You know which one I'm talking about. The one where Varys assures Dany that he'll confront her if ever she does some crazy shit. But Daenerys also warns him that she'll fucking burn him if he ever betrays her. Promise kept. Still, I gotta say that like a lot of shit this season, it wasn't very satisfying. Varys has been the sneakiest motherfucker in the entire show, then easily gets caught, which brings up a question in my mind. How the fuck did Dany find out? I know Tyrion tells him right as he's about to be executed, it was me. But that just doesn't make sense. We get that one scene where Dany tells Tyrion that she's been betrayed, and it's obvious that Tyrion is surprised by this. That means that she knew before Tyrion ever gets a chance to tell her. Not only that, but Tyrion wouldn't have ratted out Varys. That was his homie. But it happened, okay. I just think that it would have been a better scene had Tyrion or even Jon had tried to convince Dany to not execute him. I think it would have benefited from something like that. Okay, so with Varys now gone, the Targaryen alliance makes their way to King's Landing, where Dany and Drogon takes the Lannister army in matter of minutes. She takes down the Iron Fleet, the Golden Company, and all the Scorpions. Which, by the way, we finally get to see the revered Golden Company in action. Wasn't finally seeing what they can do amazing? The way they easily caught fire and all got dead? Awesome use of that mythical Golden Company army, David and DB. On a real note though, Dany uses the cover of the sun's glare, then stays real low to the ocean, dodging all the Scorpion shots and taking out the Iron Fleet. Personally, I didn't have an issue with her being able to do this. You know, being able to avoid and dodge all those Scorpion shots. The reason I don't have a problem with this is because every time her dragons got caught by a Scorpion or the Night King's javelin were all by surprise. They were caught off guard. And so the nitpick here then is that she could have then taken out the Iron Fleet right after they killed Rhaegal. But whatever, I guess she wasn't in the right state of mind after seeing Rhaegal die in front of her. Before we get to the biggie though, that fight between Jaime and Euron was stupid. That shit was completely unnecessary. Like nobody watched that and thought, that was satisfying. Anyway, Jaime finds Cersei inside the Red Keep. And what he did last episode that left a lot of people scratching their heads, I was fine with. For me, what ends up happening with Jaime's character arc was, I don't think it was ruined. Like, he didn't leave Brienne to go be bad again and fight for Cersei. For me, it's kind of open. Not open to interpretation. Although yes, everything is open to interpretation, but that's not what I'm trying to say when I said open. This is how I see it. He probably left because he knew that Cersei was going to be annihilated by Dany and her dragons. So he left to either go kill her or convince her to surrender. But he gets caught and Tyrion convinces him to escape to Essos with her. This points to a clear change of plan to the plan he had when he left Winterfell, whatever that was. Anyway, when he gets there, the Red Keep is crumbling, everything's on fire, and Cersei's gonna die, no doubt. So even if his plan was to kill her and save the Seven Kingdoms, there's just no need for that anymore. So then it could be that at that point he does indeed decide to take Tyrion's advice and escape with her. And also, it's not that they planned on just dying together, it's just that they were trapped and had no choice. They just died because the circumstances. Like, it's not necessarily so that he went there to just die with her. And I think all this was perfectly reasonable for Jaime to do. It wasn't completely out of his character or his character arc going from bad to good or anything in between that. What did suck was the way Cersei died, just being crushed. That was not satisfying. Like, I think that me and a lot of people kind of wanted to see her suffer a little bit. And then she cried the whole damn time. All this badass Cersei supervillain buildup and she dies like a chump. David and DB, fucking eat it. Let's talk about Clegane Bowl. Was it me or did that shit look like something directed by the Asylum, the company that directs Z Nation? I was expecting some amazing choreography. Instead, we get this freak Z Nation giant zombie that for some reason decides to kill Qyburn, the guy that saved his life, sorta. This shit looked terrible and the payoff was terrible. Very disappointed, and it was even sad to see the Hound go out like that. He deserved more, didn't he? Finally, let's talk us some Mad Queen. Yes, this has been descent into madness. And I'm not talking about Daenerys. I'm talking about the show. Look, It's been theorized that Daenerys might become the Mad Queen. Oh, and props to me, I actually predicted that the Game of Thrones big bad would be Daenerys. But I don't want to brag. I'm a humble guy. Because like Drax from Guardians of the Galaxy, I too am known for being extraordinarily humble. Alright, let's move on. But if you want to, you can watch the video where I make that prediction right here. No big deal. Anyway, I don't think that a lot of people have an issue with Daenerys having become the Mad Queen. It's the way it happens. Like a lot in the show these days, it happened at the flip of a dime. And no, it wasn't the bells. Now, don't get me wrong. I know and understand why it happened. You know, all that I have no love in Westeros and let it be fear got to her. All this in addition to her being pissed and emotional at Missandei's execution, and from Jon spilling the beans about his true origins, and Varys' betrayal, and Tyrion's as well, kinda. It's easy how a king or queen would see all this as utter disrespect. And then let's not forget Rhaegal's death. That was her son, but still, all that still wasn't enough for her to just flip on a dime like that. It didn't feel right. This is Game of Thrones. We've loved the show because the characters have tended to be consistent throughout the show. Season after season. Smart characters are always smart. Sneaky characters have always been sneaky. Dumb characters have always been dumb. And when characters do happen to change, it's gradual, like Jaime Lannister's arc, not at the flip of a dime. Like if maybe Daenerys got into some form of argument with Jon Snow, or even Tyrion, or maybe some locals, and that pushed her over. Like if the locals got word that Jon Snow had a legitimate claim to the throne and they started chanting his name, and maybe that would have pushed her over, that could have been the trigger that in addition to everything else could have been the tipping point. And that with all that, she would have just been like, fuck it, burn them all, burn them all. Something poetic like that. I think that would have demonstrated that the writers had at least tried. Rushed, yes, but at least tried while rushing the story. It's like David and DB just said, fuck all the payoffs that we've all built up to. The payoffs that were being built is what made Game of Thrones so great. But they scrapped them all, it seems like. And the sad thing is that there was no need. In fact, I don't know why HBO wouldn't want to drag out the show longer. More money for them, more enjoyability for us. Instead, they go with the 6th episode finale that's blowing its load prematurely, it seems. And while the episodes are visually badass, they're just full of dumb shit that betrays the essence of Game of Thrones. Oh, and last thing, Arya running through the city, dying like 5 times. What, in addition to changing faces, she could change lives now? What the hell? This has been the most interesting, intricately structured show ever. And it's just so sad to see that they're completely fucking the landing up. Damn shame. What do you all think? What's all your guys' take on the current state of Game of Thrones and this episode? You happy? Satisfied? Pissed? Let me know down in the comments. I'm just hoping for the impossible. That it all gets properly sorted out in the finale episode. Who the fuck am I kidding with that? Alright guys, if you like this video, do me a favor. Hit the like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you always know when I upload new videos. And of course, don't forget to check out more of my videos right now. Peace out.